Music in Practice is an applied senior pathway for music students in Year 9 and 10. Music in Practice as a subject allows students to explore different career paths, styles, and the role of music through practical composition and responding tasks. To be successful in Music in Practice, you'll need to be able to perform on an instrument, you need to be able to think creatively and have a high level of effort. Students in this subject will be developing their practical, compositional, listening, and analytical skills. Students who wish to participate in the subject need to have an appreciation for music against lots of different genres of music, as well as the role it plays in the community. Students will also be expected to rehearse performance pieces outside of class time and also access various different types of compositional software, both online and on computers throughout the year, both at school and at home. This subject is a pathway directly into the industry. For people that want to consider working as a sessional musician, a performer, they might want to wish to go into careers in the music industry, such as being a DJ, a sound engineer, or they might just be really interested in learning how to compose. This particular pathway can also lead to university, as a lot of music courses beyond school require you to successfully audition through a performance. In Music in Practice in Unit 1, students will be developing their performance, listening, and analytical skills. So we'll be actually looking at the genre of protest music and the role it plays within the community. So as a part of that first unit, what we'll be doing is learning how to analyze a piece of music. We'll be creating our own protest music and performing. Now, Unit 2 will also see students continuing to grow their understanding of careers in the music industry. So they'll be doing an investigation on different career paths they might want to take, as well as learning how to understand workplace health and safety. We'll also continue to develop our performance skills during Unit 2 and looking specifically at contemporary music and the role it plays in the community, developing their performance skills and engaging with industry professionals. Year 11 courses help to prepare us for Year 12. Our first unit in Year 12, in Unit 3, is film, TV, and video game music. Students will be learning how to play different themes from movies, TV shows, and video games, as well as creating their own accompanying music to a video game sequence. Students will also be completing, over the course of the semester, an analytical response to a given score. In Unit 4, our final unit for Music in Practice, students will be looking at community music. So we'll specifically be looking at the role music plays within the community, as well as different types of performances we have throughout our community. Students will be doing an investigation on how to set up their own concert, as well as culminating in a final performance for Year 12. While Music in Practice is an applied subject, it's still important to consider the length of assessment. For our written components in Music in Practice, our essays require 400 to 700 words. Our composition assessments, if it's an original score or song, is a minimum of 30 seconds, whereas existing sound source manipulation requires a minimum of 1 minute. Throughout both Year 11 and 12, students are required to perform for a minimum of 2 minutes performance time. And finally, our multimodal investigation assessments require a minimum of 3 to 5 minutes of presentation. The prerequisite for Music in Practice is the completion of an Year 10 art subject. Now, this particular subject requires you to do a performance, so you should have a good understanding of music, not necessarily the ability to read music, but a good understanding of how music works and the role it plays, and the ability to perform on an instrument or sing. Now, this subject will require you to put extensive amounts of hours into practice and refining your compositions and your craft. But if you really put that effort in, it's a really valuable and a really rewarding subject to choose.